with depression or anxiety, it will help you with that. Potentially getting together to build our village. That mom.
Let Kids Play podcast. Hi, welcome to another episode of Let Kids Play podcast. I'm your host, Nayetta, the mom playologist. And today I have a very special guest. You all probably can guess who it is. It's Martine, the leader of the McDonough Moms Facebook group. Welcome, Martine.
Thank you so much for having me, Nayada.
You know I'm super excited. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Martine tell us all about McDonough Moms Facebook group, and then just a little bit, and then we'll get into the questions and learning all about why we need a moms group. Okay.
Absolutely. So, hello, my name is Martine Stefanovic. I am the community leader over at McDonough Moms, which is a Facebook community based off in McDonough, Georgia. We are a not so small community anymore. We're growing so fast. We are a community of moms who are intentionally getting together to build our village, that mom tribe that we all hear about. What we are doing over in McDonough Moms, we are intentionally building that by building connections, whether it be online, but most importantly, in person. COVID did a number on us, right? We were all forced to be at home, and lots of us are either too comfortable being home or would like to break free. And we're trying to pull people out of their homes to get together and really form a true mom connection inside of McDonough Moms. And we are expanding out of McDonough, so we are going beyond Henry County, are growing, which is great. We are on a mission to build connection, empower moms, really build a wonderful, beautiful network of moms who are in business, and really tap into all the little clusters of what moms are and really help that tree blossom and grow.
I love that. So if you're in the Henry County area, make sure you go to Facebook and look for the McDonough Moms group. I put it down here as well for you all to see on the little banner. Okay, so Martine, how did this idea come about, or how did the McDonough Moms group come about?
Okay, well, I am born and raised in New York City. I'm a New York girl. After I got married, I moved to Wisconsin, and that's where I had my two small kids. And moving from New York, where I had all of my family, all of my friends, family, my life, and moving to
Okay, Martine. So where did this idea of the McDonough Moms group come about?
Yeah, so I am from New York, born and raised in New York. And after I got married, I moved to Wisconsin where I had my two small children. I didn't have any family there, no family or friends, just my husband and I and his family there. And it was really, really tough for me because as a first time mom and two small children, I didn't have anyone to really connect with and have play dates with. It was literally just me. It was me all the time. And so when we moved to Georgia, I was very intentional. And I said to myself, that's not going to happen again because my mental health was on the line. Like it was that serious. And so when I moved to Georgia, I said that I wanted to meet the community. I was very intentional about that. And so with McDonough Moms, with the Facebook group, and I was always active in all sorts of Facebook groups. I was always team Facebook groups. I was in a pumping group, breastfeeding group, first time mom group. Because when you don't have that village and you're desperate for it, you're trying to find it. So in Wisconsin, I was already in a whole bunch of different Facebook groups because I didn't have anyone else to ask. So when I moved to Georgia, I'm like, I need a community. So it started with play dates. Like who wants to go out and grab a cup of coffee, because there was a coffee shop, a cute coffee shop, just 5 minutes from me. I'm like, who wants to grab a cup of coffee? Like my kids need to play with someone. And it started with that. I think one person showed up and another person wasn't from the group. They were my son's friend's mom, and she came out. And from there, I started asking more people to, let's have our children meet. And that was in 2019, summer of 2019, where I started to really put myself out there. But then COVID happened. I
Mm-hmm.
think 6 months later, COVID happened, and that really put a damper on things because we really started going out, meeting at little local gyms, play dates, and having things really, really cute. Um, and that was okay because as you know, I love Facebook groups, and we started using McDonough Moms not so much as meeting up, but as a local resource. Like, what businesses are open? Like, what where can we go that's safe? So that happened within a year. 2020 was all about resources and connecting online, and then 2021, when it was a little safe to meet up, we started. I started asking people to come and go to brunch and meet me, and little by little they did, and the rest is history, where we are almost at 10,000 moms now. And it's so insane when I say it out loud because I'm in it all the time. But when you sit down and you talk about it, we started out with maybe 2 people at brunch, and now we have to have like a waiting list. And
Yeah.
it's amazing. But what's so cool about it, it proves that moms need community. It
Mm-hmm.
proves that we are lonelier than we want to admit, and we truly need each other. It's hard. It's hard to ask strangers to come meet strangers at a local restaurant. I get it. It's weird and it's strange, but it's needed. It's needed.
It is. And when you said that, say it that way, it's like we tell our kids, don't talk to the strangers online. don't don't give them your information, and then we meet up from Facebook. So it's always funny that way. So it's a fine line when I have to explain to the kids. They're like, where did you meet her? Well, I know that she lives in Henry County. I know that she's an adult. So we're just going out here to meet her.
Oh, I know, that's
but
insane.
but I love that, Martine, because what you said was your mental health was at risk. And a lot of us, including myself, have been there, especially as a mom, because your anxiety, and it leads to depression if we're really honest. Just being in the house and day to day, taking care of kids is not saying that you don't love being a mom and that you don't love motherhood, but let's be real, it's a lot sometimes. I say it's ghetto sometimes. It's a
Yeah.
lot. So doing it by yourself, you need someone else to reach out to, and what better way to have a mom that you don't know, but she's only like 3 or 4 streets over from you. So when you're in Target, you're passing this mom, in passing, and you don't even know that she's struggling the same with that you are. So I love how it's not only a Facebook group, it's a local Facebook group
Yeah.
where moms can actually meet in person and come together.
Yes.
So I was a member of the McDonough Moms Facebook group when I was in Henry County. I absolutely loved it. So what I love is when you first join, like, it's the number one spot for resources. So you're moving to a new area, and you're like, I don't know what to do. So the first thing I do, because I'm a Facebook group person too, because being in the military, moving around, Facebook groups was the way to connect with moms outside of the military. So I found McDonough Moms. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I need a pediatrician, I need a dentist, the schools,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. You can definitely find that in McDonough Moms. I need a pre-K program. How
Yeah.
is this school? How is this community? Like, I love that because it's not only about the connections and just trying to find your bestie. It's about the resources. So that was my big thing. I love the resources of it. And I'm a virtual person. So Martine, she has the magic to get you out the house.
Yes. Yes, because I've been there. I mean, it's so comfortable because exactly. I'm asking you to come out and meet a stranger, and it's scary. And the most oftentimes you have your child with you, so you're like, well, I don't know you. What am I gonna? This is so weird. But at the same time, you're like, so what? What's my alternative? Either I
Mm-hmm.
go out for a cup of coffee with this stranger that I have built a semi connection where I can actually see online, or am I going to sit at home lonely, literally losing my mind? And
Yep.
that's where it is. Like, either you do or you don't. You do or you don't.
The risk of staying home and losing your mind is a little bit higher than meeting a stranger in a public place.
Right? In a public place.
You're meeting another mom. You're meeting a mom. That's what I love about it. So break down and tell us about the different I guess subgroups that you have within McDonough Moms, because there's,
Okay.
no matter if you are an empty nester or you have a newborn, there is somebody for you in this community, and that's what I love. Okay, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people can, connect McDonough moms with children, babies, and that's not it at all. And I hope that I can confidently say that once you're inside the community, you can see that we have different pockets of mom. We have those who are trying to conceive. We have those who have had pregnancies and sadly have lost the child. Those are moms. We have those who are pregnant. We have moms with littles. We have moms with toddlers. We have moms with elementary, junior high school, empty nesters. We have great grandmothers in there. And it's just a community of beautiful mothers in different stages of life. And it is amazing, especially when we have our events and we're greeting people at the door, and I can see a pregnant mom, and I can see a grandmother, and I can see a mom with toddlers, and we are all on the dance floor having a good time. That is what community is about. That's what it's all about. Because from the mom who is trying to conceive to the great grandmother, we can all have that connection. We're all moms. We're all going through it. We're all in our different stages, and we can learn from one another. So don't feel like you have to have a baby on a stroller to be part of this community. It's not all about play dates. That's not what we're doing in there. We definitely have our play dates, but we also have different subgroups that we are connecting, walking. We are having our business meetings, our networking meetings. We are doing all sorts of things. So it's for everyone.
It truly is. If you have a business, like she said, they have the business meetings. You have the McDonough Moms Mean Business
Yep.
Group. You have, I love the empty nesters. I
Yes.
love moms can come together after
Yes.
kids have left the house and still have, because so it's lonely on the front end, and then it's chaotic in the middle, and then it's lonely on the back end because now they're out the house and you raised them. So I just love how you pull this all together, and not only the different phases of motherhood, but it's a very diverse group, which I love. I absolutely love the beauty of that. I remember when I was in McDonough, and there was a 4th of July thing a mom put in, like, hey, we're doing fireworks here at her church or something, and then we all just came together. There was me as a Black mom, there was a white mom, there was an Asian mom,
Yep.
there was a Hispanic mom. I was like, oh my God, like I loved it, because not only for me, because I just like the different cultures and things like that,
Yeah.
but kids, like they were able to see that, or see the Asian kids speak in their language, and they're like, oh, what are they saying? I'm like, well, ask them what they're saying and see if they can teach you. Or like my kids decided to learn Spanish so they can talk to other kids on the playground in their native language. Like that is so important to me, and I truly appreciate you for this group for that. Not only the resources and getting the chance to meet you because you're amazing, but just me, diverse group of moms, and having my kids being excited to learn other cultures as well. So I appreciate you for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Our event coordinator, Venus, she is Puerto Rican, and I think it helps when we have different team members from different backgrounds, because um, contrary to what some people would say, we do see color, and color does matter. So when you see someone who is of different background, you really connect with that person. So once we brought Venus in, we were able to see that there are a ton of Spanish speaking moms inside of the group. And once they saw Venus, they're like, oh my gosh, like I can come out, right? This is for me. So once you see a mom that looks like you can't tell me that doesn't make you feel comfortable to come out. It's needed, and our children needs to see that. Like my family is biracial, so my children need to see other children, and they need to play with them, and be immersed in that different kind of culture. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to have that melting pot. I welcome it. I need it. I'm from New York. This is
Yeah.
what I'm used to.
Very
I need that
diverse.
whole bowl of chicken with beautiful background, so we can learn from each other. So we can learn from each other. We can teach each other, and our children can see that,
Yep.
and they can do the same. So I think that's absolutely important.
It's McDonough Moms is changing the culture of we're staying within our culture and our community. It's bringing a world, it's teaching the kids a different world of diversity. It's teaching the kids on how to engage in a safe way online, because I joked about, telling the kids not to talk to strangers and stuff like that. But like what I tell my kids, this is someone that's in our local area. I know this for a fact. This is someone that we're meeting in a public place. So, because they're watching us versus, listening, they're watching what we're doing. So they see that we're meeting in a public place, and then they also see how you can form the friendships and how you can form the bonds. Because let's be real, when they go off to high school and college, that's kind of how they're meeting their friends. They're meeting them online before they even get to college. I know I did. Like we were in book groups before we got to college. So it's the same thing. We're just teaching them at a lower level. So I want to get into, because my audience is mostly stay-at-home moms.
Yeah.
So I want to get into the walking groups, because McDonough Moms caters to like everything motherhood.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
We do. We do.
It caters to everything motherhood. So I love the walking groups that have formed. I absolutely love it. So tell us about the walking groups. And what I really want to dive into is the behind, not necessarily behind the scenes, the after the walking groups. So tell us about the walking groups, and then I'll
Okay. So the walking groups came about because, like I mentioned, when I was in Wisconsin, I didn't have a village. I was by myself. And coming from New York, I walked a lot. I was very active. And when I was at home, because being a stay-at-home mom, our budget was very tight. I couldn't go to the gym. And even if I wanted to, I have two tiny kids, right? I can't, the schedule didn't allow that. So what I could do to lose that baby weight while pumping was walk. That was free. I had a double stroller, and I'm like, I live a block away from the park. This is going to be our schedule. After breakfast and first nap, we're going to go walk the neighborhood. And I tell you this, that saved my sanity. That saved my sanity to get the fresh air, get the vitamin D, move my body. I started, like, slowly but surely, my body started to transform. I didn't step on the scale, because that's another conversation for another day. But my clothes was feeling a little looser, and that boosted my confidence. Walking literally saved my mind. And so I knew that coming into McDonough, I needed to either find a gym or start walking again. And Georgia heat, sometimes it can really completely put a stop on that. So I did join a gym, but during the cooler months, during spring and the end of summer, we can walk. And I wanted to incorporate that. There was a walking group that I saw was like pulling women out. I don't remember the name. A couple of years ago, and I joined them, and it was amazing. And I'm like, why am I driving 45 minutes to Atlanta to walk with a bunch of women when I have a community of moms that can walk with me?
Was
So
it
I'm like,
run?
no, it wasn't. It was, I don't know, it was like Hot City Girl Walk. I don't remember what it was. But of course I went. I love talking to people and talking to all these women. And I'm like, I'm not driving 45 minutes to walk with women when I can just do it there.
In Atlanta traffic.
In Atlanta traffic. I'm like, I can't do that. So I shared it in the chat. I'm like, listen, I went to this walk on Sunday, and we just, we met and we walked. I would love to incorporate that. And Venus was the first person to be like, sign me up. I want in. I want to help you do that. And that's what we started to do. We're like, okay, fine. We started Saturday. Saturdays, we're going to meet at this local park, and we're going to walk. What I want women and moms to understand, that walking is so, so powerful. It will help if you're dealing with depression or anxiety. It will help you with that. It will help you regulate your emotions. It will help you if you're having trouble sleeping because you have your children and not sleeping or whatever. The anxiety is keeping you awake. Walking will help you do that. If you are looking to lose pounds, lose inches, walking will do that. And if you're looking to just to talk with someone, you're walking and talking. And you can walk. I have walked past an hour, almost a 5K, a couple of weeks ago with a mom because we were catching up and we're just walking and talking. And
You
it
don't even
is,
realize it.
you don't even realize it because you're talking about work, you're talking about food, you're talking about all the things. And the walk is coming to the end. So you're just trying to pack in everything in a conversation before you know it, you've walked a 5K, right? And so I encourage, especially moms, especially stay-at-home moms, if you are not, you know, working out at home, if you are not doing anything physical, get out there and walk. It will literally change your life. It did for me. If I didn't get out there with my kids every single day, I would have lost my mind.
And that's the beauty of it. It's not just you getting out, it's the kids too, because they're going just as crazy as you are. They're just showing it in a different way. They need to get outside and get that fresh air as well. And that's what I encourage my clients to do. If you're a stay-at-home mom, I'm not telling you to go spend bukus of money at different museums and stuff. Get outside, go to the park, go in your neighborhood and walk. Get yourself outside and those babies outside, because everyone in the house needs the fresh air and vitamin D. It does something to our mental. And while the McDonough moms walk, sometimes the older kids are playing on the playground, which I love, and you can still see them safely with all the parks that you all go to. And then you have different hosts now with your walking groups, which I also love. So the community is really engaging, and it's not like outside people. It's moms within the community helping other moms. So like Martine said, it started with her, then she pulled in Venus, and now there's just a plethora of moms helping other moms, and most of them were introverts. besides
Can I tell you something about these introverts? If you're listening right now and you are a self-proclaimed introvert, you guys are the best, okay? Because for me, the introverts are the ones that are going to come out. Once we pull you out, there's no locking the door. There's no locking the door. So much fun, so much energy, consistent and amazing. I've never found, once I tapped into a introvert, they are just talking and sharing. It's like verbal diarrhea, and I love it. I'm like, really?
You have to get us talking first, but once you get us,
we got to get you talking. But once you guys start talking, it's gold. Okay, it's gold. I love it.
But that's what I love about it. So the moms are just pulling in, and it's almost like the when you go to Starbucks and you pay for the person behind you. That's kind of what it is. It's just pulling the next mom up. Like, now you're in your space, and now I'm gonna go grab the mom behind me. So I love that. So after the moms, after the walk, some of the groups have play dates with the kids, which I absolutely love, because I love to see my little ones playing, and they don't have like devices and stuff. They're literally just playing. So after the walk, after you walk for an hour and don't even realize it, you're sitting down, getting your water, catching your break. Or if Venus is out there, we'll have another episode with Venus. You all are gonna love her. If she's out there, it's music and you're dancing.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to make it, like, we understand it. You can't get out every single day. And sometimes you can't even make it every week because life happens, right? But we want to make sure that when you do go out, that you and your children have a good time. So we have walking leaders who do have little ones, and they walk for 30 minutes, and then they dedicate the last 30 minutes to a play date where they go to the park area and they play while the children are playing. The moms are intentionally connecting. We had one walking leader. She said that they had a play date, a picnic for 2 hours.
I love that. The kids outside for 2 hours.
She was out there. The kids did not complain. The mom so happened to have food and shared with the others, and they had a fantastic time. And maybe that'll happen all the time. Maybe that was a one-time thing. But I know that the women who were there and the children will always remember that moment. Mm-hmm. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen. And oftentimes, like Venus, she's a certified Zumba instructor. We would do 30 minutes of walking and then 30 minutes of Zumba, or sometimes we invite other instructors to come lead a class, whether it be yoga, whether it be strength training. So we make it worthwhile for you to come out. It's all free, so you don't have to worry about
all it. That's the beauty of it. It's all free. I love that. And then now you've tapped into the community as far as the local businesses. Like, hey, we're important. We pretty much run this town. That needs to be the next shirt. McDonough Moms run this town.
And it is. It's true, because when you think about it, like, moms hold the budget, right? They hold the budget. They're the ones that's doing the groceries. They're the ones paying for the clothes. They're the ones that are searching for roofers and taking the car to get service, or doing all the things. That's what we do most of the time. Not all the time. Every family's different. Yeah. But so the decision maker of the household are moms. So businesses
is the moms. Behind the scenes is the moms. We'll let you get up in the forefront. Me, and don't take this the wrong way, but you're the forefront. But behind the scenes.
And if a dad is watching this, I'm pretty sure he'd be like, you know what, you're right. Like, I do have to. You're gonna have to consult her, right? Like, I mean, that's a team. So we had to tap into the businesses, because we're not a nonprofit. We had to tap into the businesses because McDonough Moms is part of my LLC, Martine's Company LLC. I am a community leader. I help other businesses manage their online communities. So this is my business. This is what I do, right? So we had to tap into the businesses early on, because running a community in the capacity that we do is not free. There are back end things that has to be done. It is that's just the truth of it, whether it be sending out emails, whether it be the job forms that you have to is a cost. Nothing is free. And so what I like is that I was able to create a program and a community for business owners where we help the businesses tap into each other with community. Mm-hmm. In the same time, it benefits them, right? Because you are a business and your target is moms. Well, your target audience is right here. So while you are helping the community, you are also helping your business. And it's worked beautifully. And I absolutely love it. We recently had our appreciation happy hour for all of our sponsors and members. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful just to meet, because oftentimes sponsors, because they're so busy running their business, they're not inside of the events and stuff like that. It was great to actually meet them in person and say, thank you. Everything that you see that's going on in the community, the walks, the events, all the groups, the coming together, that is because of your help. So I don't take it lightly at all. It's a lot of work, but we couldn't do it without our sponsors and our members. It's amazing.
I love that. I love that you tapped into the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's not free. And I know behind the scenes, it was hard for Martine to kind of get into that headspace of needing the resources to run the community. That was tough for you. And I'm glad that you embraced it and tapped into it, because once you embraced it, the community took off.
I know. Once I let go of that, where when I was tapping into my own resources, and it was a lot, and a lot of people, either they don't understand or they don't understand how it works, and that's fine. That's not for them to understand. However, when it's not only monetary resources, but it's time. Running this community is literally like a 24-hour job. It's 24 hours, because I have dedicated to keep this community safe, right? If I'm asking you to come out and I'm asking you to share part of your life, then I have to make sure that this space is safe. And mom-centered communities are prime targets for scams. And so it could be 2:00 in the morning. I hear my phone ding. I have to make sure who posted what in a chat. Like, is it a scam? What's going on? So I'm like, okay, got to check it. It's a great the community is amazing, but the back end of it, it's so much work. And I say it all the time. Maybe it looks easy, maybe because it's running really smoothly and it looks easy, but it is a ton of work. Your time, you could be at the grocery store, you could be at church, you could be somewhere, and you are making sure that there is no one trying to do something sketchy, because my responsibility is making sure that those moms are safe, and I take that 100%, 200% seriously. Like, no one's going to try to scam, no one's going to try to sneak in, no one's going to try to do anything like that, because we have moms and children in there, and I'm not playing with that at all.
Does. I appreciate you for that, Martine. I used to say her all the time, I don't know how you do it. It's moms that don't understand, but
They
I
don't.
understand the back end of it, and I'm like, oh my God, Martine. Oh my God, but she really does an amazing job. And I know, like, moms don't understand because we're in our own worlds and our own boxes, right? So there are people that will probably get upset because their post wasn't approved in a timely manner and little things like that. But it's so much to keep these communities safe, because the special thing about McDonough Moms is it's no toxicity or anything of that in the community, which I love, because I run from that. If I'm in a Facebook group and I see it's all this like drama, chaos, and just blah blah blah, I'm not going to be engaged. I'm leaving. And I can truly say McDonough Moms is not like that. It's, I mean, sometimes we get the little laughs and stuff like that, like because, and that's what I love about it being a local group. So did you all remember that school's out tomorrow? It's a half day today. You just see,
yeah,
you just see like 100 couples, like, oh my God, let me call school.
yeah. I mean, we're not the typical Facebook group, where local Facebook group when everyone's like trauma dumping and the traffic is awful and just bashing small business. We're not doing that. This is like a couch. Everybody come sit down on the couch and let's just relax for a moment before we have to go wipe a butt, help with homework, go pick up a kid from practice, and then we stand up and we go, and then we convene in this little community. That's what we do.
And sometimes you're sitting on the couch relaxing, like, oh shoot, y'all, school's out.
And you go get your kid. Go get your kid.
I love it. I love it. So if you don't get anything out of this, if you're in the Henry County area, you need to join the McDonough Moms group. So I want to switch because we talked about a very important thing as far as like the mental state of moms. So with you being a community leader of like 10,000 moms, and the way that you structure the group, I know that you see things and you observe things. What would you say to the stay-at-home mom? She has kids under 5. We're talking to you, Sophie. Sophie is my client avatar. So what would you say to Sophie, because she's just at home, she's in the house, her husband is out, working. He's the one that brings home the bread and butter. What would you say to her if she's in a Facebook group and she's nervous about going to this event that she sees posted?
I would say, Sophie, it is normal to be nervous. It is good to be nervous, right? Because you are going to meet people that you don't know. And I would say, give it a try. Literally give it a try. Put the fear in the back burner and think about, like we said, think about the alternative. If you don't step out, then tomorrow it's going to be the same gloom, the same sadness, the same despair, the same negativity. What is on the other side potentially is maybe a smirk. I can't guarantee that you're going to meet your BFF, but you got out. You challenge yourself to get in the car. You challenge yourself to take that walk. And that is an accomplishment. That's number one. Number two, you might meet someone pretty awesome. You might meet that mom that you can have coffee with once a month. You might meet your mom best friend that you meet once a week. You might meet your lifetime best friend that you do life with for the rest of your life. But you won't know that until you put the fear aside and you go for that walk. You invite the mom for coffee. You don't wait for the invitation. If this is what you want, you're going to have to do the work. And it's scary. It is scary. It is scary. But what's scarier is sitting in that depression, in that anxiety, in that unknown. And I've been there. I was Sophie. I was definitely Sophie. My children are 2 years apart. I was Sophie. And I didn't find my tribe until I put myself out there and invited other people to come with me. So, Sophie, do it. It's easier said than done, but I challenge you to get out there and do it.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second because we're live with motherhood. Because I know he's missing me. Aww. But so Sophie, if you're listening, you have to say me, it was like I don't have anything to wear. I haven't bought clothes in years. Yada yada yada. Listen, there's other moms that are just like, let me put on these tights and this t-shirt and just go. we're all in the same boat. So that fear and that anxiety of I don't have anything to wear. What if my kids do this, like stand on the chairs or something like that? Just go.
Yeah.
Just go.
Just go. And then speaking about that, we are starting a new meetup for specifically stay-at-home moms. I think we're going to call it like leggings and coffee because
I love it.
Because we have our glitz and glam events, right, where we want the moms to feel special and beautiful, but we also have those pocket of moms who don't have any. You're a part of motherhood where you can't even think of that. Like you're drenched in puke and all the stuff. Like I don't even want to touch that. So we want to start a meetup, a coffee meetup, leggings and coffee, where you literally wear your leggings, sweat, whatever, and you come out for a cup of coffee. Kids or no kids, come out. Sophie, come out.
I love that because I love the glitz and glams, and I have the urge to dress up, but like you said, when it's time to actually find something to wear, it's like, oh my God. And then you get over the fear and you find something to wear, you're embracing yourself, and then a kid gets sick. So it happens. So don't be upset. Like life is still gonna happen, motherhood is still gonna happen, but the key thing here is to get out and try, because community is your new village. We don't have our mother-in-laws, sister-in-laws, or moms, coming to save us. No one's coming to save us. So we have to save ourselves. We have to get out. We have to embrace the mom Facebook groups. We have to lean in on the community. And I will say, for me, like when I was living in Henry County and McDonough, I am closed off to myself, even with my close friends. Martine pulled up on me like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you okay? So just having that, I really appreciate that. And that's what the McDonough Moms Facebook group is about. It's truly a community where it's like, hey, I'm checking on you, because like she said, she's been there. She understands. Motherhood happens. So I love that. You may not meet your bestie, but you will have a village that'll tap in, check up on you. Sometimes you have moms that have met each other and then they're going to pick up the kids. Like, hey, I can't reach my kid. I can't pick up my kid. Like it's just beautiful. It is.
And now I can go, and I'll forever say that I went from not knowing anyone, right? Not knowing anyone, to now I can literally go to a store and someone's going to say hi to me. And someone is going to say hi to me. And let me tell you a story. And I don't know how much time we have left.
No, but we're good.
When we say that we want a village, where's the village that people are talking about? Where's the village? You have to be intentional about it. You have to want it. You have to put yourself out there. And sometimes you have to be the one that's inviting, right? And you have to be consistent. You have to show your face. You have to be out there. A month ago, I bumped into a mom, haven't seen her in a while, right? I have my shopping cart full of groceries and she has a couple of things. And we're catching up. Kids are going crazy. And I noticed her bag and I'm like, oh, I think I have something. I have a purse like that. And I look at myself and I don't have my purse. Okay? I have a grocery cart full of food that I need to go cook. I don't have my groceries. She's like, no, don't worry. I got you. I'm like, ma'am, no, you don't. She's like, I got you. I'm like, what? She's like, just cash at me the money. Like, let's go to the shopping. I got you. This mom purchased my groceries. Of course, I was able to cash app her. And she was like, whatever. If you had it, just purchased my groceries for me. I'm like, this is community.
That is community, because at the end of the day, you would have had to push the cart away. Yep, get the kids out. They're asking all these questions about like why are we leaving mommy, this, that, and the other. So I love that about the community. I love that. I absolutely love that. If you didn't get anything from this episode, it's absolutely that you, one second, D. It's absolutely that you can find a community from a Facebook group. Okay, Dion. Okay, baby. I really need to finish up this episode. I really need to finish up this episode, Dion. Here, close the door, big guy, please. Beep, beep, beep. I'm gonna need the truck to go a little bit faster to close the door, big guy. Dion. Okay, baby. Give mommy 10 minutes. Can you please close the door? Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Martine.
Don't be sorry, girl.
That'll be the blue.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Okay, I'm gonna clap so I know where to edit it. Okay. So if, like I said, you get nothing from this community, you have to put yourself out there. So one last thing before we end it, because my little one is needing mommy. What if there's a mom that doesn't have a wonderful community like McDonough Moms? What advice would you give to her as far as starting it?
I think every community should have it. I can see where it could be a little difficult, but you can start with your children's friends, right? Mm-hmm. You can start with them. Like, who are your children talking to? Who's your child's best friend? Why aren't you friends with them? I think I encourage all moms to be friends with their children's friends' moms, if I'm making sense. So you can start with that.
It does. Okay, let's take it a step further for someone that's an introvert like me. My kids have friends. Mm-hmm. And we're new to the area. We're new to the school. How, because you took that step. So how does that look? What's the very first step that they probably do?
What I did, I joined the PTO. I did. First. When I tell you I was intentional, it was intentional because I said, I'm not going to lose my mind. I was in the PTO. That helped. And my children's friends, I intentionally, curated play dates where like, hey, what's your number? Let's have the children meet on Saturday for ice cream. And that helped. I was part of an amazing church. And of course, I joined one of their events teams. So I met people like that. I think it's important. If it's not online, then you can start with the people around you. But again, you're going to have to do it. You have to be intentional. That's the only way it works. If you don't say anything, nothing's going to happen. So it starts out with, hey, can the children meet on Saturday for ice cream? And of course, the mom's going to be there, and you feel her out. And sometimes you're not going to mesh with your friends, with your child's friend's mom. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and that's fine. So where else are you? Are you going to the gym? Like, spark a conversation with someone in your group fitness class. It has to be where you're doing life at, and then trying to pull people there. And then maybe you'll be like, okay, I know 5 people. Maybe I can build a Facebook group and invite them and see if they invite people. And it starts out like that. Like, the Facebook group started out with like maybe 50 people. And now it's like
10,000.
It's 10,000 people. It's 10,000.
That's amazing. So if you get nothing from this, it's that you need to be intentional about setting yourself. You have to save yourself. And I know it's hard when you're kind of in it, but you have to just throw on that hoodie with your throw up on it, throw on your leggings, your tights, or even get cute, do your makeup, get up before the kids, do your makeup, do whatever it is that makes you feel like yourself, and get out there. I appreciate you, Martine. I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you.
for all of this advice. Even it was kind of selfish because it was me asking for myself as well. Thank you for helping Sophie.
You got this, Sophie.
Yeah. Okay, one last thing before we go. Tell us how we can find the McDonough Moms Facebook group. Where can we find you?
We are on Facebook and Instagram. It's McDonough Moms. We have a business page. You can follow that. If you want to see what we're doing, go ahead and join the group, as well as our Instagram. So we'd love to have you.
Okay, and then if a business is looking to do sponsorship, whether they're in the Henry County area or they're a digital online business, how can they reach out to you for that?
You can send an email to events@mcdonoughmoms.com. We absolutely need all the sponsorships possible. It helps us curate amazing events for all of our local moms. So
and it's an amazing cause. I definitely still do sponsorship with the McDonough Moms because I understand the need for moms to take care of themselves. It goes with the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So being a sponsor of the McDonough Moms, whether you're in Henry County or not, is helping that mom fill her cup so that she can spread the love that she needs to within her household and her little ones, who we are all as moms teaching to go out into the world to be amazing human beings. So it starts with the mom. So thank you so much for joining us, Martine.
Thank you so much for having me.
We're gonna end this. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Make sure you follow the McDonough Moms on their IG. If you're in Henry County, make sure you join the Facebook group, and also make sure you like and subscribe so that you can get more episodes like this, so we can have amazing guests like Martine. Until next time, bye.
Moving to Wisconsin,
I'm sorry, Martine. Okay. I'm gonna ask that question again and see what Dion needs. I'm sorry. Okay. Yes, D. Can we use phones yet? No, big guy. When mommy's done. But I just look at my phone. Okay, I can deal with that after the podcast, big guy. I'm in the middle of a podcast. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, and don't bang on it, okay? Sorry.
That's okay.
Let me see where the time is. So 3 minutes. I need to cut that out. Okay. Ask it again. I'm going to clap so I know where to edit it.
Okay.
All right.